This is the moment Kath Adamson finally made it to the vaccine centre in Leeds. Pregnant and 41, she spent weeks trying to book an appointment only to be given conflicting advice. Tell me what differing advice, what's happened with you over the vaccination?
The first invite I got was by text message from the NHS. It invited me to have my vaccination and told me that I must contact my GP so that they could put me into a location that would be able to offer a vaccine that was suitable. So I called my GP and the receptionist was very, very, very confused. She said, no, we're not booking anyone at the moment. As far as I'm aware, we've finished that. You go straight through the NHS website.
In the end, Kath managed to book her own jab, but the advice is women should contact their doctors.
Yeah, I didn't really seem to have a different experience to anyone else who wasn't pregnant. Just into one queue, then into the next.
The Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation, the JCVI, did update its advice in April and say that all pregnant women should be offered the jab. The booking system itself, however, wasn't updated until May the 7th. Nevertheless, pregnant women were told that they should go through their GPs or their midwives. That information doesn't always seem to have filtered through. And age remains a priority over pregnancy. In February, Channel 4 News highlighted that women with underlying health conditions were losing their place on the vaccine priority list if they were pregnant, adding to the confusion. The MP Stella Creasy, who is expecting her second child, is critical of the way this has been handled.
So they accept that pregnant women are at higher risk, but we still haven't actually got in place a system to help those pregnant women who are now in that earlier age group and who might be in their third trimester and very worried about premature or stillbirth, but can't get hold of a vaccine. I just don't think it's good enough. I think pregnant women should have been seen as a vulnerable group. There should have been a piece of work to make sure that we were protecting them, and we should have been able to prioritise them within the vaccine process.
Now, a Royal College of Obstetrics and Gynecology survey of 1,300 pregnant women has found that 2 out of 5 who have been or who will be offered the vaccine have decided against it. Women who tested positive for COVID-19 around the time of birth were twice as likely to have a stillbirth and were more likely to have an emergency caesarean. And having COVID-19 at the time of birth was also more common in younger women and those from a Black, Asian or minority ethnic background.
It's due to a few things. I mean, the first was that for a long time we were saying hold off on having the vaccine in pregnancy unless you have significant medical problems. And now we're saying it's fine to have it, and people are questioning that. But of course the reason is that until now we just didn't have much evidence to suggest that this vaccine was safe in pregnancy. But now we do. We have evidence from over 120,000 women in the United States who are pregnant, who've had the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines during pregnancy, and no red flags raised up until this point.
The JCVI told us that they had no plans to change the advice on pregnant women and that they should be vaccinated with Moderna or Pfizer when eligible.